Alright, welcome back everyone to Detective Grimoire, and we are on the hunt for who is killed Remington. Hang on, let's see. Who killed Mr. Remington, the owner of Boggy Bogs, and we've talked to all these people so far. Right now we just finished with Agent Folder, and now we're going to continue and look around the place. So we're going to go this way. And now we're in the woods, and there's two things here. So.
This staircase is a tree, and this tree is a staircase, and this place is so weird. This staircase and this... What's this?
So bubbles
Looks
in
like
the
the
water
stuff
is
in the
good.
water has been moved around recently. Maybe if I reposition them, I'll find a clue.
Am I putting stuff somewhere? Oh, I see it now. That.
I recognize that footprint. It's the same as the one found at the crime scene. The rock path leading back towards the museum. The water's clear here. I can see my reflection in it. Not bad.
So that should be it for this area, too. Clear, you can see your reflection. That's what that one Van de Peer was looking at. So he was here. Okay, and from here, there is one.
Someone please tell me why there's a house here. Well, the lights are on. Maybe somebody's home.
That should be it, right? Yes. Very old, strange house, very old.
Someone please... Well... The latch is broken on this door. Seems I can fix it with those 3 cogs if I just put them in the right place. Once they're on the right pins, I can move the handle at the bottom to try and open the door. Perfect. I am amazing.
Okay, so where is this? The tree house, and it has 3 notes in here, at least.
A little blanket on a little bed in a little house. It makes very little sense. There's a whole load of needles and wool on that shelf. Or should I say yarn? I just don't know anymore. This is like an oven? Or is it just a boiler? It's so old-fashioned it hurts my brain. Check out that sunlight beaming through the window. It's so bright I should have brought my sunglasses. There's a book on the table. I think it's a book about flowers. How fascinating. I must take some time to read it.
Okay, so there's the 3. There's a book full of pressed flowers on the table. There's a lot of knitting and sewing equipment on the shelf. There's a single bed in the corner of the room. This woman seems to live alone.
You just walked straight into my house, did you?
Not exactly. I had to climb up here first. I'm paid to walk into people's houses. Sorry, I would have rung the bell.
Sorry, I would have rung the bell, but you don't have one.
Normally, I have methods for dealing with unwanted attention, but I can make exceptions for harmless idiots.
Do you get any attention up here?
Most of the time, people like to leave me alone. But I don't think you're going to, are you?
No. I could make an excuse and say it's my job to ask you about last night, but to be honest, I climbed all the way up here and I just like being indoors.
Well, if you insist on staying, I'll tell you. I'm Lady Weybridge, and I think you might be climbing up the wrong trees.
I'm Detective Grimoire, and I think I might agree with you. What do you do here? Did you work for Richard Remington?
I was living here before that man was even born. And I have absolutely nothing to do with him, or his little tourist attraction.
You're exaggerating. How long have you been here? Just in this treehouse? What do you do up here?
I've been here longer than anyone. Even longer than, well, anyone.
I like numbers.
60 years, something like that.
What have you been doing for that time? If you don't mind me asking.
I have many reasons to be here, but I won't bore you with all the details of my life.
I'm sure there's one detail worth writing down.
I like to study the plants and flowers in this area. I've learned many things from them.
What about this little chemistry set you've got on your table?
I wouldn't call it a chemistry set, but if you bring me an object that has liquid on it, or inside it, I'll tell you what that liquid consists of.
Wow, how do you do that?
Chemistry.
A page from Weybridge's book of pressed flowers contains some information about all the flowers in the swamp and where they grow. The green and red species only grow around the side door of the museum and can't be found anywhere else.
Your job is to ask me about what happened last night.
Do you even know what happened last night?
I know more than you might imagine.
Oh, that sounds useful. Can you tell me? What were you doing?
I was here, in my house, by myself.
What else?
That's it.
Thanks. Just give me a minute to write all this down.
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you.
Let me present these ones first.
You can put that away. I can't help you with it.
Just in
They're
case.
samples of flowers that grow in this area. 2 of them you don't see very much anymore. And 1 of them only grows around the museum. No, thank you. If you bring me something with liquid, you can put that.
I know I gotta
No,
give
thank
those to
you.
her. I'm just making sure.
This is a 60-year-old journal. It was on display in a museum.
I know what it is.
I thought you might. Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid into the cauldron. Then tap the faucet. And now, we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients. Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. Let's see. First thing we do is then tap the faucet. And now we just have to...
Berries and that flower.
Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. That looks pretty similar to last time.
should ask someone else. Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree. I'm not even sure who that is. A fascinating old woman who lives in a wonderful treehouse. I heard she wasn't so keen on visitors, though. You should ask someone else. Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree. I have nothing good to say about that man, so I won't say anything at all.
Predictably, a trash can, and I just can't resist taking a look inside. The glamorous life of a detective. My favorite part of the job. Maybe there's something underneath the trash in here. Hello, or something more sinister.
This looks like designs for a baggy costume. What's going on around here? I have these two.
Are we really talking about a swamp creature here?
The costume design I found in the trash can explain what...
The costume design I found in the trash can explains what the Boggy character was doing last night. No. Did the real creature show up last night? The costume design I found in the trash can explains what the swamp creature was doing last night. What is that?
Oh, come on.
The costume design I found in the trash can explains what Burrow's black and white photo is showing me. My detective's intuition is kicking in. That black and white photograph, I'm not sure I'm looking at the real Boggy here, and I think these designs I found in the trash can might be the answer. I'll ask around, see if anybody knows anything about this. Oh, and I should start looking for the costume itself. If I can find that, there'll be some pretty impressive evidence.
A deadly disguise.
I have something for you.
Another gift already. Where are you keeping all this stuff? You don't even have pockets in that dress.
I don't need a pocket to carry a key.
What key?
I don't know. You could try it on any door you like. Although, I recommend you try it on that office door.
Remington's office?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So this is at the cafe, and there's two other ones here.
Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Seriously, I'm not drinking that. The tables and chairs are made out of parts of a ship. I think. Never really learned much about ships. A shipwreck? In a swamp? Does that make any sense? And why is there a cafe growing out of the side? Grass, trees, nothing unusual. Grass, tree. Grass tree. Grass tree. A shipwreck? And why is... Grass...
Ah, yes. I heard they were sending somebody over. So you're Detective Grimoire.
At your service. Well, kind of. You're a suspect, too.
Of course, of course. Feel free to be as suspicious as you like. I won't be offended. You can call me Harper.
How did you know my name?
I can only assume I must have read about one of your many exploits. But I think you'll find this swamp to be your greatest challenge.
What's so challenging about an old swamp? You mean this murder case? I'm sure I can handle it. I love challenge. I eat challenge for breakfast.
I love challenge. I eat challenge for breakfast.
The swamp itself has a history that has captured many imaginations, for better or for worse. My advice to you, look to the past. It could be the way forward.
I'm supposed to look to the past, right? Lady Weybridge was living in the swamp when the swamp creature was discovered by the explorers 60 years ago. Lady Weybridge. She was living here when Boggy was first discovered by the explorer.
Still missing one.
There's a wooden path built right into the shipwreck. The rope bridge leads up through those trees. Do they expect tourists to climb up there? It looks dangerous. A shipwreck? And what? Water, seriously. So, you sit in this boat all day and sell food to people? To tourists, I guess?
Not just the tourists, but the employees too. To anyone who is hungry or thirsty. I know everyone's favorite foods.
What are they? Oh, and is this a real shipwreck? How did it get here?
I can't expose all the secrets of the swamp. I don't want to spoil your fun.
Is there a secret to this shipwreck?
No.
You just spoiled my fun.
You'll find out there are some secrets worth keeping when you've worked here as long as I have.
Well, how long is that?
I've worked in the swamp almost as long as Mr. Remington. We knew each other for a long time.
Really? So what was his favorite food?
Mr. Remington enjoyed a specialty only I can make. The bog dog. He ate one nearly every day. A real creature of habit, that one.
It looks like a hot dog.
It's similar, but I'm afraid I have to disappoint you. I'm not serving them today.
Why not?
Yesterday I found this strange green powder in my entire supply.
Guess I'm out of luck today. Well, thanks for the information. You've been a real big help.
Wait, take this with you. If you get thirsty, it's the most popular drink in Boggy's Bog. Swamp juice. Try it.
It looks like... Well, I'll try some later on.
You're in luck. That's my last bottle. A lot of swamp juice has been disappearing from my stock recently. I can only assume I must have been selling them all.
Did something strange happen at the cafe yesterday? Richard Remington left the cafe feeling ill after Hopper sold him a bog dog. Hopper is basically in charge of all the food and drink here in Boggy's Bog. I'll have to ask him about this.
You're going to ask me about what I was doing last night.
I was going to? Were you going to tell me anything?
I was working here at the cafe in the evening, and I had a couple customers. Eventually they all left and I locked up and went home.
Do you lock away everything at night?
Not everything, just the storeroom over there.
You mean that little door on the side of the ship? Is there anything else to lock?
I leave the chairs, tables, and trash can where they are. Lifting things like that is not a job for an old man.
Don't you have anyone to help you?
Mr. Remington liked to keep us down to his skeleton stuff. There simply aren't many people who would choose to work in a place like this.
A skeleton staff? Well, that's convenient for him since...
Don't make that joke. I won't laugh. Someone made a costume to look like the creature. They must have known it would get a reaction for sure. But I wonder if they planned things to go this far.
When you're finished theorizing, I was going to show you these sketches I found in the trash can right next to your cafe.
It does seem like someone was designing a costume. A disguise, perhaps.
I don't know.
Try to think why somebody would do such a thing.
I don't know.
What could they achieve with it?
I don't know.
Not yet. He's dead, but he always knew what he was getting involved with. I don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. Why don't you show that to someone else? It's the most popular drink that I sell. In fact, a lot of it has disappeared from my stocks recently. It was Mr. Remington's favorite food. That strange green powder isn't supposed to be there. I don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. Why don't you show that to... I don't know every... I can't help you. Why don't you show... I don't know every... It's here a lot. I think he's been putting less effort into his protests recently. Which is a shame. I think it's an admirable cause.
Do you talk to him much?
Not really. Sometimes he likes to talk, just casual conversation. He asks how business is going and what everyone likes to eat, nothing of real importance. I don't know what to say. I don't know very much about... You have a lot of suspects on that list.
I thought he would know him for sure.
I don't know what to say. I don't know very... You're prime suspect, am I correct?
Well, technically, but I'm not even sure he's real.
Don't worry about that. Real or not, the creature's the most important part of this mystery.
Which one? The cartoon character or the real creature?
Exactly. He was a friend for many years. If you have any questions about him or his belongings, I may be able to help you.
I was told Remington left the cafe looking ill last night. Since you seem to be completely in charge of all the food and drink around here, I'm afraid this is something I can't ignore.
He was an old man. His health wasn't perfect. But I'm not arguing with you. I think it is suspicious. What do you think caused it?
What do I think caused it? A bog dog he ate at the cafe gave him food poisoning.
I keep all my food locked in the storeroom when I'm not here. You think he was poisoned?
I think he was poisoned.
Poisoned by me?
You left the food stocks outside the storeroom. The storeroom was broken into with a lockpick. I have proof it was you that poisoned his food.
The storeroom was broken into with a lockpick.
A lockpick? I've never encountered a problem like this before. But since last night, am I in a position to doubt a claim like that?
Somebody knew that Remington would eat a bog dog. He ate one every day, right?
Do you suppose this explains the missing bottles of swamp juice as well?
A popular drink sold at the cafe in Boggy's Bog has the appearance of strange liquid slime. Harper says a lot of swamp juice has disappeared from his stock recently. Bog dog, a type of hot dog sold at the cafe in Boggy's Bog. Remington's favorite food. He ate one last night as usual. Since last night, the stock of bog dogs are covered in some unknown green powder. So where are we here? I have her to go back to. I still don't have him yet. I have a few more. Still 2 more things for that. And then notes. Still one in the cafe, which I'm not sure.
Grass, tree.
No.
Predictably, a trash can. The glamorous life of...
There's nothing else in here. Right.
There's a wooden path built right in... The rope bridge leads up through those trees. Do they expect tourists to... There's a little locked door on the side of the ship here. I think it's part of the cafe.
Well, I'm gonna walk back to... I do not want to go this way. Just yet. I'm gonna go back
Someone please... Well...
into here. Yeah.
Let's see. First thing we do, then tap the faucet. And now... Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. Was that the same as last time? This was the exact same liquid. I've been looking into the history of this place.
Oh, really? Did you find anything?
Yeah. You.
You must be confused. You found me today, when you barged into my house. Remember?
You were living in the swamp when the explorer visited 60 years ago. You were the original founder of the tourist attraction. You created the myth of the swamp creature yourself to scare people away.
You were already living in the swamp when the explorer came here 60 years ago.
The explorer? That man they talk about in the museum?
The one who originally discovered Boggy, sorry.
You know who I'm talking about. His sketches and notes are the only real evidence we have for this creature.
You already have his journal. You learned to read, I assume. What else do you need?
I think you wrote something in the journal yourself. I need you to tell me if the journal is a fake. There's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is.
There's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is.
Why on earth would I know something like that?
Because you were the only person here when the explorer visited the swamp. I have a suspicion that the swamp creature wasn't the only thing he discovered.
You're suggesting he gave me a page from the back of his journal. Or what, that I stole it?
You stole it from him before he left the swamp. I really have no idea. If I could see it, I might be able to make up my mind. You took it from the journal while it was on display in the museum.
I really have no idea. If I could see it, I might be able to make up my mind.
It doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs here, with me. You understand?
What if I promise I'll return it after I finish clearing up this mess?
Then I'll show it to you.
Is this you? He drew you into his journal? It's beautiful.
60 years ago, yes. He left the page with me. We agreed the rest of the world would manage without it.
I think there's something on the back. What's this? Footprints.
The Lost Missing Journal page. The lost page ripped out of the explorer's journal, given to Weybridge by the explorer 60 years ago. Features a drawing of Lady Weybridge at 20 years old. Also features a drawing of Boggy's feet and footprint. He has 2 toes on the front and 1 on the back. This page proves the footprints found outside the office were not made by the real Boggy. 2 toes in the front, 1 in the back. Instead of 3 in the front. I'm done here, right? Yes. And I'm done with her. Yes. So, we're going to stop here and try and figure out maybe the last person, which was down in that one area. Yeah, to the gift shop, and then still need to go in here now that I have the key that the little girl gave me. I can get in that place. So we'll do that in the next one. So, thank you for watching.